pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 231 of the law of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of the time, date, and location of this meeting has been provided by posting a copy of the public meeting dates on a municipal bulletin board and by sending a copy to the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger and filing a copy with the municipal clerk. I ask everyone, please stand for a salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence. And the volunteer, please lead us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kane.
Here.
Councilman Manzella.
Here.
Councilman Friedman.
Here.
Councilman Jordan. Here. Councilman Reich.
Here.
Councilwoman Rogers. Here. Councilwoman Shutzer.
Here.
Okay, item 4 is workshop discussion. I don't believe we have anything in the workshop tonight.
Nothing, sir.
Okay, item 5 is our administrator's report. I'll turn over to Administrator Steve Gallo.
Good evening, Mayor and council members and citizens here in the chamber and those watching at home. I'll briefly synopsize some of the activities for the month of May. With regard to our hometown redevelopment project, we continue to work with the designated developer, George Capadaglia, and the Meridia Company to finalize the foundation documents for our hometown redevelopment project. These include the final redevelopers agreement, the contract for the sale of borough land, and the development standards that will guide the quality of the project. We've also accepted proposals from qualified firms that will be assisting us with this project. We are meeting tomorrow evening to interview an architect who will serve as basically as our clerk of the works, overseeing the project at the developer's expense, but at our direction. So we're also finalizing the project standards that will basically dictate the types of materials and facade and the way the project should look. And this architect will serve as the watchdog over the standards, making sure that they're being complied with. With regard to the KFM partnership project, the project is having a review and possible redesign because they have changes with regard to their proposed tenancy. 200 Park Avenue, the engineer has been working to secure the building permits for the job, and once the permits are in place, they should probably begin work over the summer. The Starbucks project on Park Avenue looks like it's nearing completion. They're finishing the site work and we expect them to be open by July. We're working with our professional planner to complete a redevelopment study for the Nestle's project and to prepare a redevelopment plan. We've met with the Nestle attorneys, and we've also met with a company that may be interested in bringing an industrial concern to that site. We're working closely with the township on this, and our planner is going to have a tour of the property so that he can be better informed as to what the best use for the facility is. Once we have the final redevelopment plan in place, we'll circulate it before it goes up for a vote. We've been discussing a project at 25 West Main Street, which is owned by an organization called Disability Allies, and they're interested in building 17 independent residential units for high-functioning persons with disabilities over a coffee shop which would employ these people. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 project. It would also help us in adding to our affordable housing objectives. With regard to roadway projects, the job downtown has begun. That includes sidewalk work and intersection work. The local contractors, Precise Construction, and they're working as quickly as they can to get out of those areas that are affecting our sidewalk cafe and restaurant business. They are well known as a quality local company, and in fact, we're involved in the initial installation of the brick pavers, and we expect that we'll get quality work out of them. We also are advised that we got the green light from DOT to issue the bids for Throckmorton Street, so that will be out and hopefully we'll be awarding a contract sometime in June for the paving and resurfacing of that street. Lloyd Street, we're soliciting engineers to design and manage that project for us. Bond Street and Liberty Street, we've applied for additional funding through the CDBG program. And final applications due in June, so that will supplement the available funds from DOT and hopefully minimize the amount of local money that we need for that project. We have a lot of work going on in our parks. Lake Tapanimas exercise stations have been installed. The Liberty Street Park Phase 1 had an unofficial groundbreaking. They're having an official groundbreaking on Friday with members of the PB Commission and the Recreation Commission and council members. This has been a long time in coming, and it's a comprehensive project, and it's only the first phase of our improvements. We also have additional funding that Senator Gopal was able to get for us, and we're looking at doing a phase 2 in Liberty Street Park. We have awarded funds from the Green Acres program for Musgrave Park, and that work is going to be supplemented by county open space funds so that we can get a new play structure and benches and a solar canopy in place for virtually no local money involved. And we should be able to get that county open space grant. The Court Street School HVAC work has begun. We've got a grant to improve that and put in a new heating system and air conditioning system. We've applied for funding for Lenore Park under the Jake's Law program, and we look forward to receiving a positive word on that. And then we have $117,000 from the county open space for miscellaneous improvements in the parks, for work we can put in water fountains and bicycle repair stations and other sorts of accoutrement, benches, tables in all of our parks. We're using hazardous discharge site remediation funds on the Colonier property to advance the cleanup of that property and get it back into productive use. The library renovations hopefully are in their final phases and should be finished over the course of the summer. Lake Tapanimas has completed their water quality study, and we have some recommendations from that study for things that we can do to improve quality of water at the lake, and we're going to be working with the commission to make that stuff happen. And we also have a number of other minor projects that I'm working on, and hopefully we can get those finished over the course of the summer. Among them is a soccer mini pitch, for which we've been awarded $20,000 from USA Soccer. So we're hopeful that we can get that done as well and have a mini pitch installed. So that's what we're working on. I'll answer any questions if you have, or we can move to each other.
Mr. Mayor, two short questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Steve, for the Their Place location,
Yes.
are we going to see revised plans from the applicant?
Yeah, we haven't seen any plans, so, yeah.
Well, we saw that one.
Preliminary, yeah, but the redevelopment plan hasn't been approved yet.
Okay.
So that will be reflective of what they have to do there. I know you had some good suggestions which have been forwarded to them.
Okay.
So hopefully they will be including them.
Okay.
If they're not, we'll make them do it.
Great. And the other question I have regarding the Brookport downtown,
Yes.
is that expected to wrap up this week?
I'm not sure the exact status. I'm just returning today.
I'm just
But,
considering the weekend's events, specifically, Monday morning's parade. That's
well,
a big area where people are.
people stand,
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to them about buttoning it up if it's not completed, so that it's accessible.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't be working on Monday.
No, I would assume so. Thanks.
Thanks. Any other council questions?
I just want to comment, the project going on downtown is actually going very smoothly. The business owners have expressed a lot of satisfaction with the work that's being done and the consideration that the workers are doing. And they did a very good job. Each time they've stopped over the weekend, it's really kind of made it so the spots are still accessible. So I appreciate the work that they're doing.
Sure, and I think that's reflective of the fact that they're local people and they share a concern for our community because they're part of the community.
I'm going to piggyback on Councilman Freeman. They're just an outstanding group to work with. And I think the downtown people, the business people that I've talked to, because I am a downtown businessman also during the day, they work great, side by side with
Yeah.
the people we have downtown and the businesses that they're working on.
Sure.
My hat goes off to them, to commend them on a great job they're doing.
Well, the only way out is through. The only way to do it is to do it, and unfortunately, it couldn't be done when it was cold out, so they'll get it figured out. We're issuing an advisory to everyone not to power wash their sidewalks for a while, to let the sand settle in. That'll be hand-delivered to all of the downtown businesses so that they don't do that. Jeff, you can help me in getting the word out
Yep,
as well.
we've been talking about keeping the sand in too.
Right, yep.
All right, good, thank you. Item 6 this evening is approval of minutes, council meeting, May 6, 2024.
I'd like to move those, please.
I'll second, please.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers? Yes. Shelton?
Yes.
Okay, the minutes of the council meeting of May 6, 2024 are approved. Item 7 is resolution of the Borough of Frail County, Monmouth, State of New Jersey, approving self-examination of the 2024 budget.
I'd like to move that.
Second, please.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Shelton?
Yes.
Okay, that resolution is adopted. Item 8 is our budget presentation. I'd like to turn it over to our administrator, Steve Gallo, and our CFO, Kathy Caruso.
I'd just like to reorient the camera so that the presentation can be seen at home, but it will also be on our website if anybody is interested in seeing it. So just make sure we get a good shot of that. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. So this basically highlights the major issues with the budget this year, and I'll walk through it. It is kind of lengthy, but I do think it answers a lot of questions that some people may have. And then obviously during the public hearing, we'll do our best to respond to anything that comes up. So if you look at the Freehold Borough tax bill breakdown, you can see that half of our revenue, tax revenue that comes in, goes to the borough school district and the regional high school district. The county gets about 10% of your tax dollar. About 1% goes to the library, leaving 39% that comes to the borough. So it doesn't, all of the tax dollars don't come to us. If you look at the 2024 budget, it is comprised of 3 separate funds. It includes the current fund, which is approximately $20 million, $21 million. The water sewer utility, which is $6.7 million, and the parking utility, which is $570,000. So the chart details from 2020 to 2024 and what those numbers look like. Let's give people a minute to look at it. Looking at the current fund, the 2024 appropriations and revenues. The 2024 public budget that demonstrates fiscal responsibility and allows for the continued priority of public safety, health, welfare, and quality of life for the residents. Despite continued spending challenges, including increased costs of residential services, utility costs, and mandatory statutory expenses, we've been able to manage and spend strategically using our surplus to continue to provide essential services. Pursuant to the New Jersey state statutes, the 2024 proposed budget is below both the appropriation cap, the spending cap, and the tax levy cap. The proposed tax rate, municipal purposes only, is calculated to be 0.769 cents per $100 of assessed valuation, which is a decrease of 5 cents from the 2023 budget. Okay, that's 76 cents, 0.9 cents. 769, I'm sorry. The average assessed home in the borough for 2024 is $407,277.74. This represents an annual increase in municipal taxes for an average home of $49.66 for 2024. Our future planning includes maintaining stability in our fund balance. In 2023, we regenerated surplus utilized in the budget and increased the overall municipal service balance by $500,000. Reoccurring revenue from local cannabis tax will help to ease the burden on the taxpayers, as well as moving forward with our redevelopment project and new constructions to increase the tax base. Salary and wages are up 2.65% due to contractual increases. Operating expenses are up 9.23%, largely due to economic impact, including continually rising postage costs, fuel and utility costs, increases in technology costs, garbage collection costs, upkeep and other related maintenance costs, rising insurance costs, as well as statutorily required expenditures, including pension and health benefits. General insurance costs, including our property, liability, auto, and workers' comp and cyber insurance, have increased by over 20% in 2024. Health benefits costs have increased by 12.2%. Mandatory state pension appropriations continue to increase. Overall, PERS increased by 1.3%, and the PFRS increased by 5%. These increases are passed down by the state and are beyond our local control. The 2024 budget includes software upgrades in various departments, environmental and design studies, fire department, upkeep of equipment and apparatus, new hires in the police department, outsourcing of crossing guard services, police department training, and our trap, neuter, and release program. The budget includes over $1 million in grants for various different road projects, park improvements, neighborhood preservation, and police grants, just to name a few. Debt service payments in the 2024 municipal budget increased by 7.8%, primarily due to higher interest rates and principal payments due on notes. Debt service obligations are to fund the purchase of property and related improvements, along with renovations to our library and improvements to our parks, public roads, and public utilities. The appropriation for the reserve for uncollected taxes has been increased from $1,003,092 to $1,015,115.44, using a 96.8% collection rate. So current fund appropriations expenses, this is where the money goes out, can be broken down into the following categories, including $6.9 million for salary and wages, $7.5 million for other expenses, $1.7 million for statutory charges, $500,000 for the library, state and federal grant of $1.7 million, capital and debt service of almost $8 million, and reserve for uncollected taxes of $1 million. The two largest expenses, obviously, are salary and wages and other expenses. So what are other expenses? Okay, these are the costs that are necessary to run our day-to-day operations. Supplies, equipment, printing, postage, legal notices, attorneys, uniforms, consultants, computers, engineering, property inspections, vehicle expenses, emergency repairs, utilities, telephone, street lighting, custodial services, debt services, interlocal agreements, municipal court, website, insurance, celebration of public holidays, Board of Health, garbage removal, recycling, shade tree commission, tree planting, recreation, summer camp, DPW costs, fire department, police department, snow removal, emergency response, and other expenses. The 2024 municipal budget anticipates $3 million from the fund balance for the 2024 budget. The 2023 municipal budget anticipated $2.750 from the fund balance, all of which was regenerated. This is in line with fund balance used in prior years. The borough anticipates continued regeneration of any surplus that's used. The borough is using 48% of its fund balance in support of the 2024 budget in order to keep the tax increase at a minimum. The borough is anticipating new sources of recurring revenue, including local tax revenue and fees from legal cannabis sales, new revenue and ratables from our hometown redevelopment area and other projects that are currently in the pipeline, the reallocation of expenses to the parking utility, and the borough received a small increase in state aid, $6,270, that is anticipated in our 2024 proposed budget, along with utilizing reserve funding of municipal relief funds. So the amount to be raised by taxes is $12 million. The fund balance to be used is $3 million. Local revenue is $2 million. State aid, $1.3 million. Grants of $1.3 million. Library, about $500,000, and collection of delinquent taxes, $443,000. Municipal tax rate, 0.769, so it's 0.048 or 5.84% decrease from 2023. The average residential assessment is $277,074. The average municipal tax per residential property is $3,133.26. The amount to be raised by taxes in this budget is a 0.36% increase over last year. That's less than 1%. The water sewer utility, 2024. The water and sewer utility appropriations can be broken down into the following categories: salary and wages, $1.2 million; other expenses, $4.3 million; capital improvements, $5,000; debt service, $883,000; and statutory expenses and deferred charges of $269,000. Water and sewer revenues, that's the income side, can be broken down into the following categories: water, sewer billings and miscellaneous revenue of $5.7 million, and the use of surplus, almost $1 million, $998,000. And on the parking utility, which is new for us, we have salary and wages of $230,000, other expenses of $240,000, debt service of $71,000, statutory expenses of $23,000, and funding for capital improvements of $5,000. And this will be our first full year of operation. And parking utilities, their revenue will be generated by parking, meter, and permit fees, and that number is about $570,000 for this year. And again, this is the first full year of operation. So property values are revalued annually under the Monmouth County Assessment Demonstration Program. This year, we've seen an increase, preliminary increase of 6.31%, as opposed to the prior 2 years, which were more than double that amount. So it's a good thing that property values are increasing. Sometimes it's a bit of a shock if they increase too fast. Change in municipal taxes. This is a change for every year since 2018. You can see that the percentage change for this year is less than 1%, 0.358%, and that's an increase of $43,461 over the prior year. Annual surplus usage, as you can see, this is consistent with every year in the recent past. We're in the approximately 48% range, and that's the use of $3 million to support this budget and help keep taxes stable. The average assessed value has gone up, and we're seeing an average assessed value of $407,000, or an increase over last year of 7.64%. So where do your tax dollars go? Okay, that's what people want to know. Well, services that are provided through the municipal budget include garbage and recycling pickup, leaf and brush removal, snow plowing, road maintenance, parks and playgrounds, Lake Toponimus, recreation, arts and cultural programs, the public library, fully accredited professional police department, support for our volunteer fire department, Office of Emergency Management, Emergency Response, our health department, animal control, senior services, public records management, elections, construction, planning and zoning, safe, clean drinking water, storm water management throughout the community, sanitary sewage removal and treatment, municipal court, code enforcement, fire safety, and Board of Health. We do have a number of capital improvement infrastructures recently completed or in the pipeline, including our new state-of-the-art water treatment plant, our annual road maintenance program, the library upgrade and expansion, the new Borough Hall that we're in, water and sewer and stormwater utility improvements at various components of the system, park and playground improvements, public works vehicles and equipment, police vehicles and equipment, fire equipment and apparatus, improvements over at Lake Toponimus, the participatory budgeting projects, water tower maintenance, and parking lot improvements. One of the concerns seems to be about the use of the fund balance to support the budget. That's something that has been done consistently in basically the same amount for year after year. We do have new ratables coming that will allow us to regenerate that surplus from the hometown redevelopment project. And I believe the mayor had mentioned that the properties involved in the hometown redevelopment area at the present time generate approximately $58,000 for the borough. And when the project, as proposed, is completed, it'll be well over $1 million. So that we're looking forward to that. We're also going to be selling some land, Old Borough Hall, and a number of lots associated with it are going to be up for sale for, we anticipate clearing over $3 million in revenue. There'll be future new tax revenue of more than $1.2 million. And there's other projects, success breeds success, and people have shown an interest in the community, and they're doing redevelopment in other areas of the community, including on Park Avenue, Main Street, and elsewhere around town. We also have new revenue coming from the cannabis sales tax. We're generating approximately $100,000 a quarter, and that continues to climb. There are 4 additional licensed businesses coming soon, and we did check up with all of them, and this will be the year that they move forward. And then when it's finally built out, we anticipate new revenue of up to $750,000 per year. And that's basically it.
Okay. Thank you very much. What we'll do is we'll go right into item 9 on our agenda, which is the public hearing on the adoption of 2024 annual budget for the Borough of Freehold. Since this is a public hearing, I'd like to open it up for the public. If anyone from the public would care to comment on the budget, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Yeah.
Ricky Norris, 24 Marsh Street. I want to thank the mayor and council for keeping the tax levy at a 4.6% increase. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Taxpayers in town appreciate that. I just have a few questions and we'll move on. Mr. Gallo had mentioned about the guards being moved to an outside company, so I presume that is why the OE and the police department is going up $100,000?
Yes, that's correct.
So that would mean that that came from our salaries and wage line on the police, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. Looking at the road repair and maintenance salaries and wages, we budgeted $600,000 in '23, only spent $510, but we're going up to $635,000 this year, almost a 24.5% increase, so $125,000. Did something not get done in '23 that we're including back in '24, or what's the story on that one?
You're talking about streets and roads?
Road repair and maintenance, yes, salaries and wages.
Yes. They did have, add 2 new employees to fill vacant spots there. And there was some promotional increases, and as far as overtime, that's kind of a, unknown. So that was pretty much it.
So the 2 vacant positions they were budgeted for in '23 would never filled?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Our health benefits. Health benefits, as Mr. Galvin indicated, is going up 12.22%. However, the state average is only 7.4%, so why do we have an additional 5% on top of the state average?
We had 3 retirees this year who were waiving health benefits. So part of that is because with the replacements, we don't know if, they could come on and take a family plan. So that was money that never was budgeted, didn't need to be budgeted before he did a waiver. So kind of, that was 3 police, and I think the tax collector, and largely that was the,
Okay,
what made them up.
that makes sense, thank you.
Okay.
Regarding the utility allocation for all benefits, Why is there a swing of $68,500 back into our current fund from the utilities?
From water sewer into current.
It just says on the sheet, utility allocations from 23 to 24, we're putting $68,500 more back into our current fund budget. What happened with our utilities?
We had an employee who shifted from, utility, you're talking about health benefits still?
Yeah.
Who shifted from the water sewer utility to the current fund. And then, let me just see.
So is that employee not being replaced over in the water sewer?
No, there was a replacement the end of last year, and then this year he moved over fully to current fund.
So he's no longer a water sewer utility employee,
Correct.
so he's not gonna be replaced over in the water sewer department.
At the present time, we're not planning on replacing.
Okay, thank you. Helps out a little bit, but there's still a swing of $68,500. That's not even a full family plan.
Are you looking at the last year's compared to this year's in the water sewer health benefits?
I'm looking at the sheet 3 or 3A that you put the allocation on. I don't recall which page it is. You have $410,000, $492,600, and 23 allocated to utilities for benefits, but only $424,124.
Honestly, I'd have to go back and look at the detail again on that.
Okay.
And provide you the answer.
Thank you. Yep. Appreciate that. You have in your grants for this year, a DOT grant for Lloyd Road street resurfacing for $400,000. Is that the same $400,000 that's in your capital section for a grant to offset our roadway improvements this year? Or is there an additional $400,000?
It could be a duplication, but the capital section is just a plan, so it doesn't mean that it's gonna occur there.
No, I understand that. I was just trying to pinpoint if that's the same $400,000 that the town is only actually authorizing $500,000 for road improvements this year in the capital section, when the roads in this town need a lot of work.
And I believe because most of that is coming in for grants this year.
We only have the one grant, is what I'm indicating, for your road improvements. So if that's the same 400, you have no other grants.
Yeah, there was more than one grant this year. There's a standard DOT local aid for, I believe, $410,000 in that range. And then this Lloyd Street grant was a different program funded by DOT for $400,000. I don't recall, the money from DOT standard local aid is allocated to Liberty Street and Bond Street. But at the present time, it's not enough to complete the job. As I reported earlier, we are applying for CDBG funding to supplement that as well.
Okay, so the capital outlay section still only has $500,000 that the taxpayer will be putting out towards roads right now. I know it's only a plan, but that's what you're comfortable in.
For this year, yeah.
Do you think that's sufficient with all the roads that we have out there? The lady that came to the March 4th meeting on Monmouth Avenue, and the potholes just down there. My street hasn't been paved in over 20 some odd years. Our whole section is starting to fall apart over there. $500,000, we used to do $1.5 million a year.
There's an item on our agenda to apply under, again, from the supplemental program from DOT for Monmouth Avenue. We anticipate that will get awarded and we'll have those funds available. I wish we could bond for $10 million and pave every street in town. We do our best to fund these improvements as much as possible from grants that are available so that the taxpayers don't have to pay huge amounts of debt service. We are resurfacing Throckmorton Street this year. That's a major paving job. We do have, again, Lloyd Street should be done this year.
But
And,
they were authorized already, correct?
yeah,
Yeah, so that's old ordinance, that's nothing new.
understood.
It's just getting done now,
Right,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's nothing new.
understood.
So, following your comments from your March 4th meeting stipulating that rotating basis of streets are paid based on grant sources, with all the roads that we have in this town, if we're only gonna rely on grants to get roads paved, we're never gonna get the roads paved. We're never. The taxpayer has to pay something for roads.
Understood.
Well,
And they do. I mean,
I don't think there's nearly
$500,000
enough.
is a lot of money.
not when we were doing $1.5 million 5 years ago.
Uh,
I'm just stipulating that it's not gonna get anything done.
I disagree.
Well, we're doing 2 roads this year. How many roads are in the town?
I don't know the exact number.
That's my point. There's a heck of a lot of roads. So we're doing 2 roads a year. Roads are never gonna get paid. They should be done on a 10 to 12 year rotation. And that's not occurring. That is not occurring. I had some questions regarding debt service too. We are currently in the parking utility budgeting $68,400 a year for the payment of bond anticipation notes and $2,736 for interest on notes. Yet, your payments on your debt sheet in your AFS do not indicate any payment for the parking utility and indicate $23,104 for interest. So I'm curious why the parking utility is not covering the interest cost on the note that's outstanding.
So I can jump in on that one real quick. So Rick, the ordinance that was done before the parking utility was up and running was done through general capital. So that's being budgeted over in the current fund, that 68.4 is being used to reduce the deferred unfunded. It's 1/10, I believe, the total cost
That's
of that
correct.
ordinance. So though it is being, they said they were gonna pay for it out of parking money, but the ordinance itself, since the parking utility was not up and running at that point in time, is being run through general capital, so it's definitely a quirk. I understand what you're saying.
Well, there's $23,000 going to pay the note in interest. Why wasn't that at least budgeted in this year's budget out of the parking to cover it? We paid it already.
I'm gonna have a look at the $2,700 of interest.
You have that in the parking utility budget, but you have the taxpayer paying $23,000.
Yeah, understood, so in theory, that would be used to reimburse the current fund for it, so could you say that you'll have $2,700 extra in that line in current, I guess you could say that.
Well, you have 2 lines sitting in your general capital fund, which is my next question, which is the reserve for debt service for the library of $213,000 and the reserve for the parking utility debt service of $71,000. Yet when you went out and you did your notes this year, you didn't make those down payments. Why are we holding almost $300,000 instead of paying down our debt?
And that is correct, when the note was rolled over this year, that was not reduced by that, but I do have, after this year, I'll have $136,000 cash on hand that will be taken off the note when it's rolled over next year. And in the meantime, it is in an interest-bearing account, earning interest.
Okay, thank you. There's also on the balance sheet of the AFS a line called Reserve for Tax Appeals Pending that has nearly $700,000 that was put there back in 20 and 19 for Nestle's appeals and for the racetrack appeals, which have been settled in 21 and 22. Why are we leaving $700,000 of the taxpayers' money just there? Why are we not canceling that and putting it back into fund balance for the taxpayers to get their money back? Those two things have been settled, yet the taxpayer picked up the settlement already in the following years, yet you're still holding $700,000. And it can be used to offset any tax increases.
I have to follow up with the tax assessor on that, get an updated list.
I would appreciate that, thank you. The library had a grant for $889,000 that we've taken down to 3 notes since this started back in 21 that we paid all the interest on. When is the grant expected to be received so we can get rid of that part of our note?
I actually just received last week $666,750 from the
Beautiful.
state. So
Glad to
next
hear
year,
that.
that will definitely be taken off of when that note's rolled over.
Thank you. And then the last thing I just want to point out to you, on sheet 39 of your budget, you need to, before you submit it to the state, correct the report that has school tax deferred, it's blank. There's actually $1,474,431.70 deferred. So that needs to be reflected on sheet 39.
That's in the AFS, right?
That's always been there, yes.
Understood. Yep.
So if you take care of that, please. And that concludes my questions and comments. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the
Thank
public
you,
care
Gary.
to, comment about the budget?
Seeing no further comment from the public, I'll move the public hearing be closed.
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Reich?
Yes.
Rogers? Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, we have a resolution adopting the 2024 annual budget of the Borough of Freehold.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Discussion?
I just wanna, thank Kathy for all the work that she put into the budget and, with the, and making some very difficult decisions and with the consideration to, keeping our tax rate at a reasonable, level. So, thank you for all your work.
I think we all will ditto that. Thanks.
Any further comment? Yeah, I also would like to, before we vote on this, want to thank our finance team, CFO Kathy Caruso, Mary Ann Kenny, recently retired Pat Berg, Administrator Steve Gallo, along with our finance committee and professionals for constructing a fiscally responsible budget for the taxpayers of Freehold Borough, so thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, the 2024 annual budget of the Borough of Freehold is adopted. Item 10 is a second reading of public hearing ordinance 2024/8 to amend and supplement Title 15 Buildings and Construction, the Code of the Borough of Freehold, amending jurisdiction of the sign committee. This is the second reading. I'd like to open up to the public. If anyone from the public care to comment on this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no further comments, I'll close the public portion.
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, we have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/8
I'll
and
make a motion.
authorization of publication.
I'll make a motion, please.
Second?
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024/8 is adopted. Item 11 is a second reading public hearing ordinance 2024/9, amending and supplementing Title II, Administration and Personnel by amending Chapter 2.114, Historic Preservation Advisory Commission. Again, this is second reading and a public hearing. If anyone from the public care to make a comment about this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no public comment, I'd like to close the public comment portion of this ordinance.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, we have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/9 and authorization of publication.
I'd like to move that, please.
Second?
Discussion, roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/9 is adopted. Item 12 is second reading public hearing ordinance 2024/10, amending and supplementing Title 8 Health and Safety, the Code of the Borough of Freehold. Again, it's a second reading public hearing. If anyone from the public care to address this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no public comments, I'd like to close the public portion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, we have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/10 and authorization of publication.
I'll like to move that.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/10 is adopted. Item 13 is a second reading and public hearing ordinance 2024/11, amending and supplementing Title 8 Health and Safety by amending Chapter 8.40 Property Maintenance Code. Again, a second reading public hearing. If anyone from the public care to address this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Seeing no one making, coming to the record, make a motion to close the public portion?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, we have a resolution adopting ordinance 2024/11 and authorization of publication.
I'd like to make a motion to move that, please.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/11 is adopted. Item 14 is a first reading and introduction ordinance 2024/12, amending and supplementing Title 8 Health and Safety by amending Chapter 8.41 Outdoor Storage.
I'll move that.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2024/12 is introduced. Item 15 is a first reading introduction of ordinance 2024/13, amending and supplementing Title 5, Business Licenses and Regulations by amending Chapter 5.40 Garage Sales.
I'd like to make a motion to move that, please.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024/13 is introduced. Item 16 is our consent agenda. Just a note that matters listed under the items of consent agenda are required, to conduct the day-to-day operations of the borough and will be enacted by one motion, the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to abstain from CR number 2, please.
All right, hold on. If any discussion desired,
I'm sorry.
item may be considered separately. Someone like to move consent agenda items CR1 through CR8?
Yes, I'll do that.
Second.
Okay, discussion?
As noted, I'm going to abstain on CR2.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Oh, and CR8, sorry. Yes.
You're
Yes.
abstaining on both?
Yes, both CR2 and 8.
Okay. Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda items CR1 through CR8 are adopted. It's the end of our consent agenda. Item 17 is the approval of bills.
Make a motion that we pay our bills.
Second?
Discussion?
Yes, I will be abstaining on, number 47575, which is reimbursement to me for the money I put out for the Alliance work.
Any further discussion?
And I'll be abstaining on vendor number 01821.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Okay, bill list is approved this evening. Item 18 is public comments. If anyone from the public care to address the governing body, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Your Honor, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen. past 2 years, I've been working with code enforcement and trying to resolve an issue concerning the lighting situation affecting my home, my quality of life, and why is it taking so long to get this thing corrected. Imagine yourself in a dark room and you have 4 58-inch televisions standing the long ways, 2 in front of you, 2 to the right of you, and all you see on the screen are the black and white pixels of the televisions that used to be back in the olden days when the sign outs used to come out, that flashy, snowy looking thing. Well, in these handouts, there are pictures that I hope will help to explain and expedite the resolution to the problem. And I apologize to the public for not being able to set them up for projection for you to see. The first page shows what I have been putting up with, and is broken down in 2 parts divided by a horizontal line across the middle. This is for effect purposes, that horizontal line.
I'm sorry, the address, where is this located?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is 20 Reddenberg Avenue here in Freehold, New Jersey, and I apologize for not addressing that issue.
Some of us know you.
I know.
Some of us knew where you lived.
The upper portion shows the windows in my bedroom with the lights coming through blinds designed to block out light at night. And they're sitting the way I was able to arrange them in a way that they look in a panoramic view in my room with the front one on the right, the back one on the left, and the 2 in the middle. And they sit on, my bedroom sits on the west half of the structure. The brightness is even greater once your pupils adjust, and although the pictures that you see appears that the room remains dark, it doesn't. Your lights in your eyes adjust and they become brighter. The bottom half is the same room, and the picture was taken from across the room. And it shows 3 of the windows as they actually sit. And the third is reflecting off of a full-length mirror. So you can see the front window, you can see the back window, number 3, and you can see one of the side windows, which is the one that's closest to the street. The window shown as number 2 is the top right window in the upper half of the picture, and I will refer to it on the next page. If you will kindly turn to the next page, we can go ahead and move on. It all started when the neighboring apartments replaced their original lightings to the new white LED lights instead of the light LED lights similar to the colors that were there before originally. Most of the light that is coming through the number 2 window is reflected light, which is bouncing off my neighbor's house as shown in the bottom picture. Mr. Young and the code enforcement team came out and assisted in having them remove, in having a light removed that was reflecting directly into our bedroom windows on our east side of the structure. And it looked like if you were on a night game at Yankee Stadium in the 2 bedrooms with the lights that they were having shine on our home. If you go ahead and turn the page to the next page, you'll see that the original lighting was sufficient to keeping the area well lit and enough to do the job. Except that if you look at the next picture below that, they removed the light that was shining into my bedroom, and instead of exchanging it for another yellow light, the one that they had, what they did was they took that light and then put it next, or rather right above, an existing light that now shines in the backyard of my house. I don't understand why they put that light there, because it doesn't make any sense. There was already a light there. That's it there. Yes, that's the shining light that's there is the one that used to be shining on our bedrooms. They put it there right above the other light. You turn to the next page. Shortly after, Park Plaza put up their own lights, and I called code enforcement. The top picture was the way that it looked, with the exception that you can't see the lights on the back of the small building across the street, but you could see one of the major lights that was shining on our property. The next picture shows the results of when code enforcement came out. They came out, they actually moved the lights, and they said that they took care of the situation. And they actually did, because one of the lights continued to shine into our direction. When I walk, the next picture is that you see is when I walk out to the backyard and I sit at night. As you can see, the light is making some deep shadows that is hard to see in the areas closest to where I live. And you see that the light is blinding. The bottom picture is light coming from Park Avenue Plaza, reflecting on the south side of my building structure. And right now, currently the leaves are filling in and blocking some of the light hitting the bedroom, and it has cut down on some of the light, but not enough to make a big difference. And yet, when I still go downstairs to enjoy the evening at night, you really can't, because the light is shining on you while you're sitting there. The next page shows the main lights that are currently causing the problems in the back. Okay? The first picture on the top are the two lights that are predominantly lighting in our direction. We are no longer able to open our windows on a cool day and enjoy a cool breeze due to the lights that are surrounding our southeast part of the house. We are forced to purchase special blinds to block out lights. It's been suggested that I change our way of living by purchasing curtains to block out the light. That may work during the winter, but during the rest of the season, when we want to open up the windows and breathe fresh air instead of being on the air conditioner, it's not going to work. We have had, let me start again. We have to live under constant air conditioning throughout most of the year if that was the case. Our sitting area is shown on the top right picture, and as you can see, even when we have our lights, our outside light and our kitchen light, the lights from Park Plaza reach beyond, and if you'll see, the lights come all the way up past the driveway and onto the other properties that are beyond us. The two pictures on the bottom, I want you to hear what I have to say because it's important. I thought that code enforcement had come out and taken care of the situation because I came out on the 27th of April and I see that the lights are out. And finally I had some relief, not necessarily from the lights that are coming from the apartments because they haven't changed, but at least from the lights that are coming directly at us. And on the 27th, if you look at the one on the left-hand side on the 27th, you'll see that the lights are out, but you can still see the lights coming in from the apartments. And on the 28th, the next day, I took the picture because I saw that it wasn't done at all. I'm not asking them to not to secure their area with lighting. But if they can't fix the situation by shading them or directing them so that it doesn't affect the quality of life of others, they should take it down. You can see in the pictures, they don't need them. They don't need them. Thank you for your attention and for allowing me the time to present myself here before you. Are there any questions?
I have a question. When did this start?
This happened 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
And I started working with code enforcement. And as I stated, they came out, they had them remove one of the lights. And what they did was they took that light out and they put it to where I show there. And then at least it wasn't shining on in our apartment, in our house. It wasn't shining through the windows. But as time progressed, the lights that are on the left-hand side started to go ahead and protrude through the foliage that were out in the front because of the leaves, of course. And then I decided, well, I'm gonna wait to see how long it's gonna take them to fix these lights. Shortly after that was when Park Avenue, or Park Plaza rather, put up their lights. Now their lights were all over the place. Their lights were all over the place. When code enforcement came out, it was funny because when they took that light out, that the one that was hanging in our bedrooms, it created a dark spot. They still had lights, but it created more of a dark spot. So what I did was I went ahead and put up a motion light on the side of my structure so that when people walk through the back between our buildings, at least they'll have a light for them to be able to walk through, and then it will shut itself off. It would just shut itself off until the next person came by. When code enforcement came out, they told me that I had a situation similar to what I was complaining about and suggested that I also, tilt the lights and so forth. But because of the manufacturer's way of making that light, I couldn't tilt it down any further than what it was already. So what I did was I created some flaps and I placed them on there. So now when somebody walks through, the light comes on, but it doesn't shine onto their property. It shines enough so that there's light in the area. I was able to do it with my light. Again, this wasn't the first time that I saw that they didn't need those lights on, because before they had turned those lights off, and I was able to see all the way to the back, on the back buildings, all the way from where I live. Then it came back on again, so I knew that they hadn't done anything.
To your knowledge, did our code enforcement talk to the property manager?
Yes, I believe, to my knowledge, Mr. Young went ahead and spoke with them. They have taken some actions, but the actions that they're taking are creating. All they're doing is moving it from here to moving it from here, but they're still shining it in the direction of where it crosses
In the
property.
last 2 years, have they changed property manager?
I don't know that.
These lights are just becoming accidentals.
I will say, I corresponded with this gentleman before I went on vacation. I got his address, and I did speak with code enforcement. It's something that they've been working on within the confines of our ordinance, which unfortunately hasn't kept up with lighting technology. There's no specific limit on the amount of foot candles that a light fixture can extrude. There's no requirement for shielding that would direct light down. And this is a tricky area because many places use light for crime deterrent. And
There is something with the spillage of.
Lights can't spill out onto other people's property.
I don't even know how you define that. I mean, no light at all?
Spillage onto somebody else's property, there is something.
I understand,
When I
but
was on
There is.
the planning board, we did take.
I went through the ordinance and I didn't see anything that I felt was enforceable. But I am working with Mr. Young and with our planner to come up with something that's more reflective of the current state-of-the-art technology. Lighting years ago was not as bright as this LED technology. And the pure white light is very disconcerting. It's disturbing. A warm glow is friendly and welcoming. So we're hopeful that we will have a proposed revision to the zoning ordinance that would be very specific and enforceable with regard to the amount of foot candles at the property line, which is spillage. You don't want to have a certain amount of light that goes over into somebody's property. We also will have to make an investment in light meters so that when they do the enforcement, they go out and take the actual measurement and then use that as the basis for writing a summons, because you have to have empirical data. You can't just say, I think it's too bright. Well, I don't think it's too bright. This way you have data that you can use to enforce. So we are working on it. Unfortunately, I went away in the middle of it. But we'll be in touch and we'll get something before.
If I may, can we use the just be a neighborly type thing?
Sure.
Councilman Freeman, you're on code. Would you agree maybe to meet with the property manager?
Oh, absolutely.
On code, and maybe we could just settle,
No.
This is also something we've discussed, Steve and I have discussed, and the fact that there is some tightening up on the ordinances, like spotlights. What is a spotlight, or what is a security light, or what is, because we have these lights popping up everywhere, right? One of the New City Market put like 6 of them up, and it was just blowing into my place 2 blocks away, so I certainly appreciate what you're dealing with.
I thank you for allowing me to express myself. One of the things that I did was I looked into this. And when I looked into it, you're right, Mr. Gallo, there's an ordinance that says that you can't play your music after 10 o'clock because it's disturbing to your neighbors. Well, the same thing applies with light. Light can be disturbing. And if you want to take a look around the town, there are some people that have the same kind of lights, and they're within the standards. But if you go down to the prosecutor's office, they have the same kind of lights, and they have the same situation. But their lights are not blinding. They have shades on them. There are others that are doing the same thing. If you go down to the downtown area, they put up those white lights, but they put up these covers on those white lights that don't allow it to go ahead and burst out, because those lights are very, very powerful.
I think Councilman DiBenedetto's suggestion about initiating a neighborly discussion, saying, hey, can you work with us on this? If not, we need to have some teeth. So I think we'll bring an ordinance forth that our planner will assist us with drafting, so that it does address these issues in a way that can be enforced, as opposed to, like you said, you can't play music because your neighbors might hear it. Well, I can't hear it, well, he can hear it, so it's gotta be exacting so that there's something
Well,
that's
let me
enforced.
tell you, you know, it's hard to come here because I'm not the kind of person who likes to complain. But I'm not gonna
Squeaky
walk
wheel gets the
away.
grease. you
I'm
know?
not gonna walk away from something that is bothersome
Affects
because
your quality of life.
Sure.
I'm telling you, and my wife is noticing it because she's starting to tell me, honey, you're starting to be reactive, and I'm not that kind of person.
Well, I just want to say that I have been working with some of your neighbors on some other issues in that particular complex, garbage, that kind of thing. So I've been working with Matt Hardy from Code, and he has been touching base with them over there. Chief Dispenza also assured me that we would have a patrol car go through occasionally and the thing. So the apartment complex, although not completely working with us, has shown a little bit of interest in making some changes. So if you want to meet with them, I would be happy to go with you and work on this other issue as well.
It's both the apartments and the Park Plaza. And
Right.
soon you're gonna find, because the animal hospital that's across the street from where the bank is started to put up those lights also, so
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna affect the neighbors there, but
Right.
it's affecting me, and I need help.
Okay.
We
This
will
light-
help you.
This light up here, I mean, unless someone's flying in, you know, I mean, that's not providing any.
You could hold a baseball game at midnight at my house under those lights.
No, these other lights that are all the way down, they provide sufficient
They do.
light.
Well, anyway, and again, I'm sorry to.
No, don't be sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just say something, sir? Thank you for reacting to what you did when our code told you about your life.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you.
Yeah.
And consideration for your neighbor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else in the public care to make a comment to the governing body? Seeing no comment, entertain a motion to close the public portion.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Shutter?
Yes.
Okay, our public comment section is closed. We'll go to council reports and comments. Start off with Council President Schutzer.
Yes, Mr. Gallo, you have his name and address
I do,
and all
yes.
contact information?
I do.
Okay, great, because I know where you live, I'll come there. I want to again thank Kathy Caruso and the entire staff for a job well done. We appreciate you. You might not feel it on a daily basis, but we absolutely appreciate everything you do. Thank you. And please pass that on to your staff. I want to congratulate and thank the McAcken Awards Committee, the Mayor's Recognition Awards. That was held on Friday night, and it was delightful. It showed a great deal of work on the part of the committee, and it was a delightful event honoring our volunteer of the year, Lynn Reich, our businesswoman of the year, Marion Earl, and the safety net. Cleanup day was amazing. We had the shredding out here, and I don't know anything more positive. People love that service, and it was just a very uplifting, positive experience. I want to thank our DPW, who was out in force that day, helping not only us, but with the dumpsters, the extra dumpsters for the mayor's cleanup day that were around town, and also Dominica Napolitano and Bobby Lithgow, two of our employees who spearheaded the volunteer cleanup. We saw those young folks all over town picking up litter and cleaning up, and DPW helping them. So it was a wonderful day, and a lot was done that day. So we thank all of those. The Arts Committee, I can't think of Association Council, Porch Fest was just amazing. I don't think that I've ever seen such a positive, happy response from people. I was walking all over town and driving to different locations, and I didn't see anybody unhappy. Everybody, it was just a very positive day. So thank you.
Thank you.
There was one suggestion, and the lady kept saying to me, I'm not complaining, it's just a suggestion. And that was that one of the streets, Brinkerhoff, that had a lot of traffic on it, a lot of people commit pedestrian traffic as well as cars. She just said, I wondered if we couldn't have some way, some horses or something out there to kind of slow traffic down or whatever. But that's the only thing. Everybody was smiling, everybody was happy. It was just a wonderful spirit. You were missed. And you were missed. The Lions golf outing yesterday, again, beautiful day, very successful thing. We want to thank Mr. Gallo for helping us stir up some interest there towards the end. I think, our auditor left, but he was there golfing. I think he can, yeah, he had a good time. Honor our fallen is the theme, and I don't want to take his thunder, but like I did last time. But I just can't imagine everybody not getting into this Memorial Day and really, really appreciating what it is. I'm told by our chair of the committee, Alice, that they have 99 units signed up to come to this parade. So we hope to see everybody out there with the shirts you bought on, and also there are tickets left for the concert. I'm stopping. Thank you to Alice and Amanda as well for all of their hard work. And I served on that committee 1 year, and I was young then, and I said, whoa, that committee works all year and works hard, and it shows. The townwide yard sale, congratulations to the Rec Commission and the Little Mayor's Wellness event down at Vineyard Park. That was delightful as well. So thank you to everyone. Thank you, Mayor, for sponsoring all these things. And welcome home. We missed you. Trust me, we missed you. I did a lot of heavy praying. I was acting mayor, I want you to know. And I did a lot of heavy praying during the week that nothing would happen. So thank you. Welcome back.
Did you tell them about the new word?
About the land.
The new word?
Yeah.
Thank you. Councilmember De Benedetto.
Yes, thank you all for coming out tonight. Councilwoman Jordan and Councilwoman Schutzer went to the Alliance outing the same day as the Elks golf outing. So I try to support them because they're a big supporter and give back to this community. So I was at their event on Monday, and they had a great day, and everything went well, and we'll move on.
Jeff works on that.
And Jeff also worked on the Alliance. I'm sorry, Jeff.
That's okay.
My apologies. Kathy,
You'll do it.
Mary Ann, Steve, thank you. I would also give a shout out and thank Margaret and your committee for all your help into this finance also. The budget tonight, that we read tonight also. Thank you and your committee. Let me see, the Porch Fest. Well, when people say, can it start on Saturday night, or can we make it longer and go 12 to 7, you know it's a good thing. And a lot of people were just happy and going around and having a great old time. Of course, people give suggestions because it's a great thing. They want to make it bigger and better, but it's darn pretty good. It's pretty good right now. Kevin, thanks for not being there Friday night. Sharon was in all of her glory. She did a great job emceeing that. Hey, don't let her fool you. She was acting mayor, so you did a great job, Sharon. I just want to thank you and your committee. It was a wonderful, wonderful night to honor two people in our organization that also gives back so much to this community. And for, I won't get into, Adam's gonna touch on the 150th parade, which we're so much looking forward to. Let's just hope that Lord Jesus Christ gives us the great weekend that we had last weekend. The parade goes off without a hitch. And thank you to all our veterans and our military. Have a good night.
Thank you. Councilmember Jordan.
Thank you. Just kind of updates on a few of my committees. Mayor's Wellness will be holding, along with our police department, another e-bike safety class this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Community Affairs Resource Center. So that'll be geared strictly for e-bike safety. So hopefully we'll have a nice turnout on that. I also want to send out a big thanks to our police department for the informational videos that they've been putting up on social media. They're really effective. They're in both English and Spanish. So we're working hard. You know, now that the weather's getting a lot nicer, a lot more people are out on bikes, we just got to make sure that everybody knows the rules and the safety of it all. Also for Mayor's Wellness, we're working with the health department, and we developed an informational brochure on responsible pet ownership. This can be picked up at Borough Hall, or you can go on our social media platforms. It's listed there, as well as on the website. And it's got a bunch of information in here about, you know, vaccination process, licensing, you know, cleaning up after your pet, that kind of stuff. So, and on the back, there's also QR codes where you can just, you know, put your phone up to that. You can find out where you can get access to pet licensing, chicken permits. Maybe people don't go to chickens in Brillboro for permits on that, or just into our website itself. And a big shout out to Lynn County, who's been working on this endlessly. Also, we have some new information out for our TNR program. We have all of the information here. Again, that's available all digitally. It tells you exactly how you can sign up for a TNR, a colony caregiver, as well as what to do if you come across any kind of kittens that, you know, the process of being able to report that to our animal control people and take it from there. So you must, in order to be able to feed the cats in town, you must be signed up as a colony caregiver. So we're trying to get that word out on that. For recreation, I think we mentioned this the last meeting, we purchased chess tables, and they're going to be going in Veterans and Manure Park, and we're also going to probably be putting one down at the Little League field as well. Recreation camp, we're still accepting application for campers and counselors as well. And of course, the fireworks are returning on July 3rd, so mark your calendars on that. And Mr. Gallo talked about the groundbreaking at Liberty Park. We're starting with refurbishing the basketball courts, improvements to the walks and trails, adding water fountains. But the basketball courts were actually a participatory budgeting project several years ago, and we're able now to get, you know, not just through the basketball course, but all of the other projects in the car. It kind of jump-started the improvements to that park. So that being said, I don't know if anybody has had the opportunity to see the campaign that participatory budgeting is doing on social media. It's been really successful. Our last one with Coach Vic actually had 4,700 views within like 4 hours of being up there. So at the end of that video, when they ask you how would you spend $200,000, a QR code comes up. You can take your phone and you can go up to that, and it'll go right to the project submission form, and you can submit your project for participatory budgeting. And that's going to be open for quite some time. So please get as many ideas as you possibly can, and it's a great opportunity. And just on a final note too, I just want to thank Kathy and her team. You guys did a phenomenal job. I know you were here a lot of late nights. I was coming in for meetings, and you're leaving at 8 o'clock, and we really appreciate everything you guys did on the budgets. It's
And thank you guys also, the finance committee, and Mary Ann, Steve. It was teamwork. We made it happen.
You did a great job. I appreciate it. And Jess McGathy was wonderful. Big shout out to Lynn Reich, Mary Ann Earl, and the Freehold Safety Net. It was a beautiful evening, and it's so nice to, you know, honor people that do so much for our community. So that's what I've got. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rogers.
Thank you. I had the pleasure of attending the Court Street School Board first annual gala. It was so much fun. So, they're already starting to plan next year, as a fundraiser, and, I'm sure it's gonna be just as amazing. We really had a great time. They did a fantastic job, and, they're fundraising for the board so that they can continue to do tours, and they want to start up a program for the children in town. There are several Juneteenth events coming on June 9th. Is the Monmouth County Diversity Alliance Festival downtown. Our goal is to do a flag raising here at Borough Hall and then to walk downtown to enjoy the festival. On June 22nd, the Court Street School Board is having their event at the Court Street School. And on June 23rd is the Juneteenth Gala at the Bella Vista Country Club that the Monmouth County Diversity Alliance is sponsoring. I just can't thank Kathy enough for answering my endless questions and for all the work that you put in.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's on my phone.
And to Steve and to Marianne and to Pat while she was here, and to everybody that was involved in the process, even the department managers. We had to contain costs so that we could present a good budget, and everybody contributed to doing that, and also to the finance team, of course. So I just thank you for that. I just wanted to give a shout out to our emergency services during Emergency Services Week. I want to thank them for their service. My husband actually had a situation where he had to take a little ambulance ride, and they were so kind and supportive of him, and got him there safely, of course, and took care of him, and, he's fine now, but I just, it just made me even that much more appreciative of the services that we have available to us in town, and I just wanted to make sure I, said a thank you to them. And I just want to echo about the PB videos. I have been so enjoying those videos. It's like I wait for the next one to come out, so that we can see who's gonna ask the question next. And I think that it is one of the best marketing tools that we have for any of the projects that we've had in town. So.
Big shout out to Dan Xavier on that.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with that.
I think we should have a contest, who's the best.
Like you
Not me.
got a lot of hits too, so,
Not
you're
me.
up there with Coach Vic. And Jeff, you also.
And unfortunately, I was not able to participate in Porch Fest. I was unfortunately bedridden that particular day. But I've heard so many good things, and just looking at the comments and the videos and things like that, to see how people enjoyed that particular day. I know I had a great time last year and was looking forward to this year, but I just couldn't get out there. So thank you again for doing such a great thing for this town and bringing people to our town in such a positive way. I'm sure the businesses appreciate it as well. I just want to thank everyone for coming out, for supporting us, and for any good further questions that we had tonight that just prove that we have, put the work in that we need to put in, and that we're moving in the right direction. So thank you, everyone, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
hope you enjoyed the trip.
Thank you. Councilmember Rush.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since I wasn't allowed to say anything on Friday night, I specifically want to wish you a happy celebration weekend. That's all I'm going to say before I get in trouble.
Good.
Good.
Everyone.
Kathy, thank you to you and your staff. I really appreciate all the hard work and time that you put into this year's budget. And I'm really happy that you got a table this year to spread out. But really, thank you. It's a great budget, and I think it shows the progress of the town, and it's going to serve our residents well this coming year. So thank you again. On behalf of my family, specifically my mother, I'd like to thank the McGacken Awards Committee, as well as those that attended Friday night. It was a wonderful celebration. My mom told me that even though she had a speech written out, she was kind of speechless. And it was very nice to see, and I want to congratulate my mom, Marianne Earl, and Field Safety Net. All three are wonderful recipients of this honor, and it was also nice to see just everybody out celebrating community service and people who do good deeds in this town, and that's a great thing to celebrate always. The Human Relations Advisory Commission has a flag sale going on, the spring sale for the flags that you see out. It's $15 and it includes the stand. We've severely lowered the price. If you're looking to purchase a flag and get it in before Memorial Day, the parade on Monday, you can email hrc@freeholdborough.org or see any of the committee members, and we'd be happy to connect you with the committee to get a flag. Also, and I have to check the date, but believe that we're going to be looking to do an LGBTQ flag raising for the start of Pride Month in June. I think it's going to be on Sunday the 3rd, which is I think New Jersey Pride Day. But I think that's the parade that day, so I'm not exactly sure. But keep a lookout on social media, Facebook and email blast. As soon as we have that date secured, we'll send it out, and hopefully you can all join us here at Borough Hall to do a flag raising like we did last year. I'm happy to share the parade thunder with Sharon. But yeah, so this weekend is our big Memorial Day weekend. There's a number of events going on. Saturday night, it's being kicked off by a patriotic concert of Americana featuring the Orchestra of St. Peter's by the Sea, conducted by Father Alphonse Stevenson. It's Saturday night, the 25th at 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church. Doors open at 6:15. It's $20 per ticket. I have tickets if anybody's interested. Also, there will be tickets sold at the door, and you can also purchase t-shirts at the door as well. Sunday, the 26th, there will be a grave decoration service at 1 p.m. at Maplewood Ceremony. It will be a reenactment of the Grand Army of the Republic service at the gravesite of Captain James W. Conover, U.S. Army, who died from a wound received at the Battle of Monocacy, Maryland in 1864. The Freehold Decoration Day parade traditionally ended at Captain Conover's grave, where the Grand Army of the Republic, the largest organization of former Union soldiers, would conduct their annual ritual in memory of our nation's fallen soldiers and sailors. As part of the program, Freehold Borough historian Kevin Coyne will share the history of the Freehold Parade and biography of Captain Conover. That's 1 p.m. at Maplewood Cemetery, 169 West Main Street in Freehold, on Sunday the 26th. Monday is obviously the big day, Memorial Day. Starts off with the Elks Point service of reflection at 8:30 a.m. The parade starts with a horse-drawn caisson going down or up Main Street at 9:45 a.m. And then the rest of the parade units start off at 10 a.m. If you're not participating in the parade, please come out, sit along the parade route. It's a fantastic day. It's always a great parade, and bless you. And this year is exceptionally wonderful because it is the 150th anniversary. And as Sharon said, we have close to 100 units participating, which is the largest parade in recent memory. This weekend was full of fantastic events, but I have to highlight Porch Fest as well. My family and I roamed around town all afternoon, and it was awesome. It was a gorgeous day. All the music was so unique and so special. Seeing everybody out, hula hoopers, people walking around town, people walking around the neighborhoods, it was fantastic. The Freehold Borough Arts Council and Downtown Freehold, Jeff, you guys did a fantastic job again, and I can't wait to see what happens next year. I'm handing out my things here. This Sunday, before you go to the cemetery decoration celebration, the Live Like a Unicorn Pediatric Cancer Foundation is doing a fundraiser at all three Bagel locations. The one at the Village Center Drive in Freehold, the one at Harrison Street in Princeton, and the one at the Staples Plaza in Freehold, Congo Plaza. A portion of all sales from the Unicorn Bagel sold will be donated to the Live Like a Unicorn Foundation. So before you go out to the cemetery, go get a bagel and coffee and support the Live Like a Unicorn Foundation. Lastly, happy Memorial Day to everybody. Please enjoy the parade. Please enjoy the celebrations, barbecues. But please keep the reason for Memorial Day in mind. Please remember the following. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Councilmember Friedman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I too want to thank Kathy and the entire finance team for putting together a very solid budget. 0.36% raise. That's 1/3 of 1% essentially. That's impressive. It is indeed fantastic. So thank you for your hard work. The GAC Award winners, I want to congratulate them and thank Sharon and Rich Kane for all their hard work in keeping the McGacken team moving forward, getting everything done. I want to thank the police department for their help with Porch Fest. We can't do anything downtown or throughout town event-wise without the support of our police department, so I very much appreciate the work of all the officers. And then next Wednesday, Harmony in the Park, featuring the high school band at Veterans Park, so come out and enjoy that. Thank you all.
Tomorrow, right?
No, I was confused. It's next Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Thank you. I just want to reiterate what I said before, Kathy. Thank you so much. I know this is not your most favorite thing to do, is appear at a council meeting when we adopt the budget, but you do a tremendous job, and you just always doubt yourself. And the key is, what we need to drive home is this is a fiscally responsible budget, and the borough, the residents and the taxpayers of the borough should be very, very happy with the product that Kathy and Steve and the entire team produce year after year after year. And one of the big issues was you use surplus. You use surplus to keep the need to raise taxes. You keep them in check, and the budget, a fiscally responsible budget, will regenerate surplus year after year after year. And it's proven through Kathy's team and the efforts that we do. And this year will be no different than past years. So I just want to say thank you for that. It's a great budget, something you should be very proud of. So thank everybody on the team. As you heard, I was missing for all the events this past weekend. Unfortunately, it was a timing thing, but we were across the pond in Ireland representing Freehold Borough on our twinning with Rathangan in County Kildare. And everyone from Ireland that came over in March said to say hello to everybody. And it was great. I mean, this is going to be something that's going to be long-lasting with Freehold Borough and Rathangan going forward. There'll be many reciprocating visits over the upcoming years. So it was very, very good. Sorry I missed all the events, but Sharon, thank you for being the mayor for the week. And since I was not there and was told not to say it, I can say happy belated birthday to you. Just in case those of you who didn't know it was Sharon's birthday on Friday, I wasn't there and told I couldn't say it. So happy belated birthday, Sharon.
Thank you.
Just in case anybody didn't know. But we got a big weekend coming up this weekend. It's going to be, from what I understand, Amanda McCobb has done some, intensive research, and from what she can tell, from what's been reported, it's 150th anniversary, but it's the 11th oldest continuing Memorial Day parade in the country. 11th oldest in the country, which is crazy. So. Come out. It's a whole weekend full of events this year, and it's going to be fun. So thank you all for everything everybody did throughout the week, and congratulations. There being no further business, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Benedetto?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Jordan? Yes. Rice?
Yes.
Rogers? Yes. Hudson?
Yes.
Thank you. Good night. The meeting is adjourned.
Sharon, you need this for your meeting?
I have the key to the point where I'm going. No, I have one, don't I?